YouTubers. It's going to be a rainy night, rainy day. Hopefully I'll be able to get out in between some of the raindrops. If not, I'll just put some rain gear and go for a hike. Just setting up camp now. It's been a much long waited and needed camp out, so I'm looking forward to it. Hope you enjoy.
Well, call me crazy. I'm heading to camp. Storming, rainy, windy, but I'm sure I'll brave the elements when I get to camp.
Well, I arrived at camp. I was hoping I'd be with my 3 favorite people. Me, myself, and I, but there's a couple of campsites taken up over there, but this one looks kind of quiet and laid back, and I'll be in the woods most of the time anyway, so I'm gonna set up the tent, relax, and enjoy. As quickly as the storms come, they quickly pass too. So it looks like all the heat has run out of energy, and we should be dry the rest of the evening, so time for some hiking for sure. So I'm kind of glad I don't have to put the rain gear on, because you put those ponchos on and you just, it's like a sauna, you sweat a lot. So now I can just go for a hike and I don't have to wear any of that protective stuff and just enjoy the beautiful woods. There's 2 places that I consider my home woods. One is the upland area, whenever I'm doing my dry hikes, and it's high and dry and beautiful. And then I have this place, which is my swampy place, which I also is another place that feels like home to me. I've walked most of it, almost as many acres as possible I've walked, and the same thing with my other home place in the drier area. But I haven't been here in a while, and it's nice to be back, and the storms are gone, so it's gonna get steamy, but that's all right. I'm a swamp creature, so it doesn't bother me. But so just gonna go check out stuff out on the trail. Kind of looking for a carnivorous plant called the butterwort that's usually in this area here. It's past flowering time, so they're going to be really hard to find, but always check for them though. Come here in like February, March, they'll be blooming. But as always, beautiful out here, nice and quiet and relaxing. So everything's good in the woods. Last time I was here was the spring, and it was bone dry because of the drought, and it really doesn't look like it's any better right now. There's a little bit of water, but usually this should be like 2-3 feet deep, and it's just not swampy. This run might be a little bit more deeper, and I don't know if I want to get my hiking boots that wet, but you can see it's still really dry. We're still dealing with the drought, and I don't know, I just don't want to get my hiking shoes wet today. I might be able to make a Herculean jump, but I don't know. I might walk actually along the edge of this airboat run and check this out. See what interesting things I see. But at least there's some water in it, because last time I was here it was bone dry. So the rains are coming back. It's that time of year. Oop, actually I better get out of the way. I hear an airboat coming. I don't want to get run over. You hear it? It's heading this way, so let me get back in a clearing so I'm safe. And I'm sure they're having a lot of trouble getting through here too. Sounds like it. I'll just hang out here, see if he's coming my way. That's one thing about dangerous about walking on these runs. You never know if an airboat's gonna come by and run you over. So I hear it. At least you always hear them in the distance. Look at these nice flowers here. There's always beauties in my swamp, that's for sure. Where the devil? There we go. And my lens is fogging up because it's a swamp. That's just the way it is. And it's steamy and hot and humid this time of year. So time to wipe it. This here is a woodsy trail that'll eventually lead back to a swampy area. But it's one area besides my favorite place in the world to be, Otter Point, which is on the other side of this preserve. It's another place I've done many a swamp talk. I'm coming up to it now. I always come and I sit right here. This little natural little bench right there. And just take in all the beauty, and whatever comes to my mind ends up being a swamp talk, which is kind of cool. Haven't done much of those lately. I need to get back into that mode. I think once the fall comes, I'll be more into that. But it's really nice to be back here. Like I said, the last time I was here was probably in the springtime. So it's nice to be back. And thunder and typhoons. I forgot to bring my game camera. This would have been a perfect place to set it up. Now I'm gonna have to come back. But I think this would be the perfect place for a game camera tonight. Darn it. Alright. I'm gonna head back to camp and go right back, get the game camera and do it now so I don't forget. This prairie right here goes all the way to the river, and particularly when it's cool outside, the smoke or the fog from the river rises up and it creates beautiful sunrises. I don't think I'll get that if I wake up pre-dawn and get those amazing sunrises, but it's always a place I like to come out and definitely film the sun coming up. It's really never disappointed me, but so hopefully I'll get up before dawn and I can come out here. I usually stand on one of those little mounds of road material, but I gotta keep walking. I love walking. It's like the James Taylor song, The Walking Man. Any other man stops and talks, the walking man walks, and I can relate to that. I want to get a lot of walking in before I head back to camp and light a fire. In the swamp area, I was gathering up some dry saw palmetto fronds that were nice and dry to start a fire. They never disappoint. But for right now, I just want to walk. I can hear the sing-song of the bobwhite quail, and they're pretty prolific around here. In the springtime, when I walk a trail through the prairie off to my right, and the babies are born, the mama tries to act like she's injured, and so that I would, like, an animal would go towards her to protect her babies, you know, so they would run towards her and the babies would be hidden in the bushes and stuff. And it's a cool thing, you know, with the bobwhite quail mothers. The mother's love, she risks her life to act like an injured bird to save her babies. You know, there's so much wisdom you can find just observing in the woods. And it's just me. I think if most people just walked into the woods and observed, it'd be so much better world. It really would. But that's just me. I'm just one fool talking in the wilderness. But that's all right. I just stay walking the path I want to walk, and you know, that's okay with me. Coming up on my right, there's a little swampy area where there's usually a belted kingfisher. It's one of my favorite animals. They're just, they're like the comedians of the swamp. And they're so hard to get on camera. I don't think I've ever been able to get the belted kingfisher on camera. But there's usually one or two. And they love to hang out on those dead trees that you see up here and up ahead. And they make that crazy call. And that's always really cool. But I don't think I'll ever get them on film. But that's alright. As long as I see it and hear it, that's good medicine for sure. Just listening to the calls of the sandhill cranes. Another beautiful song you hear in the woods. Well, the sun's going down for another night's rest. Time to go back to camp and start a fire. Another beautiful day comes to an end. Well, it's a wet, steamy, humid night, but got the fire started and gonna look forward to sit by the fire. Might get rid of some of the mosquitoes and just relax. Take it easy, go to bed early and get up early. I always love to try to get up before dawn and watch the sunrise. That's my goal for the morning. When it comes to sunrises, this place never disappoints. It's like looking at a painting, beautiful. And as the Robert Frost poem says, nature's first green is gold. Beautiful. Enough said.